Then let me make a quick review with you. If we want to make a box and whisker plot, then what are the main 5 points we have to use it? So we will start. Who is going to answer? I'm looking for the 5 main points in case if you want to draw a box and whisker plot.
Miss, can I say?
Yes, go on. Kareem is raising his hand. I'm sorry. Kareem. Yes, Kareem.
Uh, the lower value and the greatest value,
Just a second. Lower or least value?
least value,
Least value. Okay, so we have to prepare least value,
and the greatest value.
least value. What
And the
else?
first quartile.
First.
بس ده حروق زهير.
Sorry?
ده حروق زهير.
What did you say? Dahrug, yes. Good morning, ya Dahrug, Habib. Good morning. First quartile, and what else?
Median.
Median, yes.
And third quartile.
And we can call median another name, which is?
Second quartile.
Yes, so we can say median. And we can call median second quartile. Okay. We have anything else?
Third quartile.
Yes, we have third quartile. So in case we have a set of data and we want to arrange data in a box and whisker plot, we have to prepare the least value, the greatest value, first quartile, median, and third quartile. And we said also that we can find the order of median. Is there anyone can remind me how we can find an order of median? How we can find order of median? How many cases do we have if I want to calculate the order of median, grade 7? Is there anyone can tell me? We divided them into 2 groups in the class, right? Or 2 cases. How we will find the order of median? You have a set of data and you want to calculate an order of median. So we can divide a set of data into 2 groups. Even, in case if you have even numbers. And the second case is what? Grade 7, morning. You can hear me?
Yes.
So we said that we can, if you want to find an order of median, if you want to find an order of median, what you have to do?
If it's even, we will divide it by 2 and take
Yes.
the number of
So if it's even number, you expect how many medians in the set of data? The order of median, there will be 2 numbers or only 1 number?
2 numbers.
2 numbers, yes. So if you have even numbers, Ahmed Saber, could you please tell me what is the rule which we can use it? If you want to find the order of median in any set of data.
The rule for finding the median for an even set is we get the 2 numbers that are in the middle, we add them, then divide them by 2.
Great, great, great. So if you want to calculate the order of the median numerically, directly, without canceling one from left and right, do you remember a rule which we said it? We said a rule. You can remember it? We can say the order, the median or the number of data, we can donate it by n. So if it's an even number, how we will find the order of median? It will be what? Is there anyone can tell me? It will be n over 2. And the next it will be what? The next it will be n over 2 plus 1. So as I said, I'm talking about the order of median in case we have even numbers. So let me give you an example. If you have a set of data consists of 10 numbers, So the order of the median, it will be, if you have 10 numbers, so the order of the median, it will be different from the median, right? The order of median, I want to know where we can find the median. So could you please tell me how we will find? We said that the number of data is 10. So what is the order of median? 10 is an odd or even number. Yes, sir. 10 is an odd or even number, grade 7.
Even.
Even. So we can say 10 divided by 2. Okay, so the first step, you are going to make 10 divided by 2. Then 10 divided by 2, it will be how many? 10 divided by 2 will be 5. Okay, then back to the rule, he said what? 10 over 2, and then, sorry, n over 2, and then n over 2 plus 1, which means you found 5, so you are going to take the next one. So the next one, it will be what? After 5, you have what? Could you please unmute to answer? Unmute. 5 and what? 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Then if you have the order of median is 5, so it will be 5 and 6. If it's 6, so it will be 6 and 7. 8, so it will be 8 and 9, and so on. So we will back to the set of data now. How many data do we have? 10. And we calculated already, and we said that the order of median is 5. So we will back and we will count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we said we would take 5 and 6. So we are going to use those two numbers together. And what is the next step to find the order of, to calculate the median? What is the next step to calculate the median? What is the next step, grade 7? I have two numbers. Yes, I'm going to
make 25 plus 32 over 2.
Yes, so we are going to make 25 plus, who can tell me the answer? Plus 32 over 2. 25 plus 32 over 2. The answer it will be what? Grade 7. I'm waiting. Quickly.
28.5.
Very good. Thank you, Adam. So it will be 25 plus 32 over 2. So the answer, it will be 28.5. So this one is the value of what? This is the value of what?
Median.
Median. Thank you. So this is the value of median. If I want to calculate, so I'm going to write here that we found the median already, and the median represent which quartile? The median represent which quartile, my dear?
First quartile.
Second,
No, the second quartile.
Yes, second quartile. I appreciate what you said. So the second quartile, which we have it now, was 28.5. Thank you. So we have 28.5. Now, if I want to calculate the first quartile, is there anyone can tell me what we have to do now? If I want, yes, tell me, please.
We get the first half of the data and we find the mean for it.
So we will use 25, yeah, Ahmed.
25.
We will use 25 in this lower group of data. We will use it or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ahmed. You are yes.
We'll do 44 4 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus
No, wait,
25.
Ahmed, we are not talking about the median, honey, about the mean. We are looking for first quartile, and this is an even number, yes? So we said that we are going to imagine that we will divide a set of data into two groups because we said that an even number. So we will divide the data into two sets or two groups, lower data and upper data. In lower data, how many numbers do you have in the lower data?
5.
5. 5 is an odd or even?
An
odd number. And if you have
I got the answer for it, the first quartile.
Tell me.
It's 11.8.
How did you find it?
Oh, I added the numbers divided by 5.
No.
Which is,
listen, Ahmed, with all my respect to you, my dear student, and I appreciate your participation today. You are amazing. But we have the lower data, it consists of 5 numbers, right? So if you have an odd number, go down here. If you have an odd number and you want to calculate the order of median, then I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't divide 5 by 2. So you will go and we are going to make what? We will say that I'm going to make 5, which is the number of the set of data, plus 1 divided by 2. Then 5 plus 1 equals 6. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. And this will help me to know that the first quartile, it will be the third number in the lower data, which is what?
10.
Which is 10. And we are going to make the same with the upper set of data. Also, we have 5. So it will be how many? Who can tell me what is the upper?
I can do it.
Yes, yeah, Ahmed. It will be how many directly? We have 5 and we want to calculate the order of the median. So it will be what?
It will be also the third number, which is 45.
Thank you. Yani, I can announce today that Ahmed will be the best participation till now. So who will be the next? So now I have, this one is first quartile, and this one is second quartile, and this one is third quartile. We're still missing 2 points to represent by box and whisker. Which 2 points we are looking for?
The mean.
Yes, the mean?
The mean.
The mean?
Yes.
Are you looking?
The range.
Are you looking for
The
Least and greatest.
Yes.
greatest and
Yes,
least
yes.
value.
The least and the greatest value. Yes. So we said to write box and whisker. So yes, we are looking for the least value and we are looking for the
52.
greatest value. Yes. So the least is 4 and the greatest is 54. Adam Al-Fahna is talking, right? Adam, you said yes. Thank you. Yes, I'm happy for your participation today also. So this is how we can find or how we can calculate the main 5 points to draw box and whisker plot. After that, we will draw a line and we will put the numbers, and then we are going to draw a box and whisker according to the least value, first quartile, second and third, and greatest value. So this is the part which we already finished, and yesterday we started to compare box plots. So let me remind you how we can compare in box plots together. Is there anyone can remind me the part which we were talking about yesterday? The part which we were talking about yesterday? Then, to compare box plots, we can use. So if you want to compare, already we started before box plots or box and whisker. Both are the same meaning for box and whisker. So to compare البوكس plots we can use least and greatest values, median, range, interquartile range. Okay, then to compare box plots again, what are the points which we can use it to compare? Is there anyone can tell me please? To compare box plots. Yes, Muhammad Walid.
To compare plots, we use least and greatest values, median, range, interquartile range, or IQR.
What IQR is what? What is the IQR?
Is enter, as I stands for enter, Q for quartile, R for range.
Thank you so much. So we have IQR. So IQR denotes for interquartile range. So to compare the box plots, so we have to compare between these points which is in front of us now. So we can compare the box plots with greater variability where there is less overlap of the median and interquartile range. Also, we can compare their shapes, centers, and spreads as a way to compare the data sets. Then, to compare, we have to compare between what? We said that we can use a least with greatest value, we can use a mean, we can use a range to compare. But if you want to compare, so we have to compare between what? You want to compare between what?
Their shapes and centers and spreads.
Thank you so much. Who is talking?
Ganna.
Ganna. Thank you, Ganna. So please, before you will answer, tell me your name, okay? So we compare their shapes, centers, and spreads. Then to start to compare, then you are look for these points, shapes, centers, and spreads. Could you please anyone tell me how we will compare between centers? How we will compare between centers?
Can I see?
Yes, sure.
Can I see?
Yes.
We will get the median of the first one and the median of the second one and see who's larger.
So you to compare between centers, so you are going to compare between their what? Their median. Thank you, Rahma. How we are going to compare between spreads? How we are going to compare between two spreads?
We will get the range for the first one and the range for the second one.
Thank you. Then you are going to very good. So we are going to compare between the range, and today we can compare by using interquartile range. Who is talking the last question?
Ganna.
Ganna. Amazing, yeah, Ganna. Okay, I'm waiting for the rest of the class, please. Then, now we have to compare. If I want to compare a data set, also we can find the outlier. So we want to know what is the outlier. Is there anyone can tell me what the outlier means? What the outlier means?
Yes, I know.
Who?
I know.
Zena.
Zena, okay.
Is the value that is much higher or much lower compared to other values?
Adam. Thank you, Adam. But please give a chance to Zena. With all my respect to you, honey.
Okay. The outlier is any value in the set of data that is too far away from the collected data.
Yes, thank you. It is a value which is far or much higher or much lower. So it could be at the beginning or at the end, but it will be much higher or much lower compared to the other values in the set of data. So for example, if I have 2, 3, 5, 5, and 6, and 14, so where we can find the outlier here, it will be equal 14 represent the outlier. Let me give you another example. 3, 16, 17, 19, 20. So where is the outlier? So the outlier here is 3. So it can be any value that is more than 1.5 times the interquartile range. So to calculate it numerically, so we can say it is any value that more than 1.5 times, okay, that the interquartile range entire the first quartile or above the third quartile. An outlier doesn't affect the median, so it can have a great effect on the mean and range. So an outlier, if you want to calculate the median, it will not affect, right? Because if you want to calculate the median, so you just count the number and then you will find the number at the middle, right? But it will affect where? An outlier, it will affect where, grade 7? If you are going to calculate what? El mean or a range. El mean or a range. Why? Because if you want to calculate the mean, so we have to do what? If you want to calculate the mean, so you have to do what? We have to add all the numbers together divided by their numbers. So the outlier, it will affect on mean and range, because if you want to calculate a range, you will find the difference between least and the greatest value. Understood this part?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take an example. These box plots show the distribution of bags of apple solid daily by two different stores, solid over the same period of time. So we have here, we have two sets of data, right? Those two sets of data represent what? Represent what?
Distribution
The
of
median.
bags of apples.
So
Median.
the what? The bags
Distribution of
Median.
bags of apples.
right? Bags of apples sold daily in two different stores. Then, now we want to compare between. As I told you, in our in this lesson, we want to compare between two box plots, right? The lesson before, it was only one box plot, but today compare between two box plots. So you have to compare between the shapes, you have to compare between the centers, and you have to compare between the medians. Okay, then you will compare between what? The shapes, the centers, and
Shape, center, median.
median. Yes. So first, sorry, the spirit, and the spirit represent what? Represent a difference between range or difference between least and the greatest value. So if you want to compare the two stores now, store A's box and right whisker are longer than stores B. So look at this whisker, this one. Did you see? This whisker is longer than this whisker to the right side. Did you see? This one is longer than this one. What about compare its centers? Its centers, look at the center for the first one, it's about 43, right? And the center for the second one, it's about 51 or 52. So the stores A median is about 43, and the stores B is about 51. So the stores A median is close to the stores B minimum value. How? So look at the stores, the median for the first one here. We said it was what? 43, right? This one, the median is 43.
Yes.
But the least value in the second store was 41. So the median for the first is very close to the minimum value of the store B, which means the sales or the daily sales were less than in store A is less than the store B is worse day. Store B, look, store B, the least value was 43, but here the median was 43. So store B, it has a worse day. He didn't solid bags in that day. So again, if you want to compare between two boxes, so we have to compare between what again? Grade 7 shapes, centers, and
spirit, and median.
And median and range. Very good. So we will now we want to compare between the spirits, the last one. So if you want to compare between the spirits, so in this time we can compare between a range and interquartile range. So look at this part, represent the range. So it was here, it was about 77 or 78, and the least value was about 25. So we will calculate a range, but look at the range for the store B, it's about 72 minus 40. So store A has a greater spread. Its range and interquartile range are both greater than store B, right? Then if you will calculate the range for the first store A and the interquartile range for store A, both they will be greater than the range in the second store. For of stores, key values are greater than stores A corresponding values. So store B had a greater number of sales overlaps. Understood this part? So who can tell me a summary what we have to do to compare between two stores?
Miss, can I say?
Can I say?
We'll compare the shape and center and the spread.
Thank you. Then to compare between two box plots, so we have to compare between the shape, between the centers, between the spread. And the spread also we can use interquartile range and range. So we can compare between three box plots. We can compare between three box plots, or we can't?
We can.
Yes, we can. Yes. So the example in front of you, we can compare between three box plots. Also, we will compare the shape, the center, the spreads, right, of the data of the third store. So here I already added a third store to the comparison. Then compare the shape. The store C has a shape similar to store A. Look at the box in the store A and look at the box in the store C. So they are similar, right? You will compare the centers. You will find that the median for the store C, it's about 42, right? Is greater than the stores A, because store A, the median was about, store C, sorry, is greater than store A, and less than store B. Then store C, this is a store C median. It's greater than store A, and it's also greater than store, I'm so sorry. Store C is greater than store A and less than store B. The interquartile range is about the same store A and longer than store B. So you can watch the video because we have about only 1 minute for our meeting. So we can determine the variability of the box plots by comparing range, interquartile range, and there is a little spread, then the data have less variability. If there is a great spread, then the data is more variability. So it depends on the spread. And we said the spread is the range or interquartile range. The less it will be variability, the more